What's going on, y'all? We're going to try something new today. Thermal cooked peanut butter cookies. And give it a shot. Now, this recipe is basically a dog biscuit recipe with some sugar added. Because the last time I made dog biscuits, I ate them. They tasted good. They just tasted like a dried out, unsweetened peanut butter cookie. So now we're going to sweeten it up. Not cook it as long. Obviously in a thermal cooker, this should work out perfect. So we're going to give it a shot. Super easy. It's all from preps. And let's get started. Alright, first thing we want to do is we need to make our milk, which is 1/3 cup of powdered milk or dried milk or whatever you want to call it. We don't keep milk in the house because we just don't drink it that much. We're going to take that, 1/3 cup. Is that right? 1/3 cup, or is it 1/3 teaspoon? That seems like a lot. Yep, 1/3 cup. So take that, and we got 1/3 cup of dried milk to 1 cup of water. We got it going right there. There we go. Whisk that together. Alright, there's our 1 cup of milk. Now, this is a great deal. Amazon. 2 of these. These are 2 pounds, 8 ounces each. 2 of them together. I picked up off of Amazon, 17 bucks. Sounds like a lot, but there's a lot here. So let's get these. We keep these in our preps. Peanut butter is, in my opinion, a really good prep because it can be used for so many things. And it's very tasty. Alright, we're going to go, we need 1 cup. I don't think that's going to fit in there. So we're going to use a 1/2 cup and do it twice. That's about 1/2 cup. I almost just threw it in there and I would have had milk all over me. Alright, 1. I don't need a fork. A damn butter knife. Go right in there. And then 1 cup of peanut butter. Looks about right. And mix that together. When you first start mixing this, it doesn't look like it'll come together, but it does. Once I get that together, then we'll add some sugar. And I'm just guessing on the sugar, but I think probably a cup of sugar will work out pretty good. Hit the high speed. And voila. Okay, so we got our peanut butter mixture here. Let's throw on 1 cup of sugar. These may come out like way overly sweet. I don't know. That's not going to fit. That will. That's 1/3 of a cup. So 1/3 of a cup means 3 of those. I'm good at math. And let's whisk that in. that is done, now we need to get our dry component. Pretty slick, huh? I'm kind of sly like that. You know what we do need to do? We need to get our water boiling for the thermal cooker. So we'll get that going. Now what you need is you need 2 cups of whole wheat flour, which I don't think I have much left in this one. There might be a little bit left in there. Some room here. We'll just like that. There's our 1 cup of whole wheat flour for the puppies. That's the best. For us, it's good too. But then again, added a cup of sugar. Alright, then we need 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Now, I do not have a tablespoon, and in my last video making the dog biscuits I thought 2 teaspoons was a tablespoon. I found out it's 3. So we need 3 of these. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that out of the way, and let's mix that up. Mix them together. And the whisk is not going to work for this part. Let's taste that. Pretty sweet, but then again, once we add the flour, I think that's going to make the biggest difference. I boo-booed. 2 cups of whole wheat flour. This was looking a little bit too thin. All right, we're ready. Now what we need to do is, so our water's going, it's cranked up. Now what we need to do is put our cookies on the cookie sheet. So let me get that out, and we'll be right back after these messages. Do you shop Amazon? If so, go to lowbuckprepper.com. Click Shop Amazon, shop away. Doesn't cost you any more. Helps me out a little bit. We got our cookie sheet. We need to grease it so they don't stick, obviously. So we're just going to take a paper towel. So you don't need much. And we're just going to wipe our pan down with that. I figured that ought to work. Haven't quite figured out how I'm going to get the cookie shape on there, but we will. That out of the way. I guess a spoon. We're going to want to get them, of course, all the spoons are in the dishwasher. So let's get a little spoon. Let's get some action going here. Now we're going to want to flatten them out these because we're doing kind of a slow cook, if you will, since we're doing it in the thermal cooker, which that fun's going to come here in just a second. And the thinner ones I'm pretty sure will cook through with 0 problem, but we will find out. Okay. So there we go. Let's get the thermal cooker. The Wonder Box. Yes, this thing rocks. Alright, so what I've done is I have basically pre-shaped it because I've got this boiling water, so I want to get up just a little bit higher right now, that I have to set in there and not fight with and spill, because I'm not putting a lid on it. The lid is going to be the pan. So the other thing I forgot was some sort of heating pad or hot pad to get that boiling water into there. So we'll just use a towel. And here we go. Okay, so that's going to get set down, right down inside there. Ow, that was very hot. You can see all the steam coming off it. We want to capture that before it's too late. Let's get our pan on there. You want to bring this up so that the sides are higher than the pan, and get our lid on it. And there we go. We'll be back in, I'd say, about an hour, maybe 2. We'll see. See you guys. Okay, so thermal cooker still going. We're only 45 minutes into it. I'm guessing I'm going to give that at least 2 hours before I check it, because no matter what, it's not going to overcook, because the longer you go, the less heat you get. So I'm going to go at least 2 hours before I even check it. I don't want to waste any heat. But the leftover dough went in the oven. Let's see how these taste. Let's grab that one right there. Pretty good. They got a good flavor. They actually do need more sugar. I thought 1 cup of sugar would be enough, but I think it needs a little bit more. They're a little on the unsweetened side. I cooked these at 350 for about 35 minutes, and they're definitely edible. They're tasty. I mean, guaranteed these are not going to last long, but I'd probably go 2 cups of sugar. Anyways, we'll be back with final results on this over here. Okay, so that didn't work so well. Let's take a look at our results. First off, one of the biggest mistakes I made was the top touched the cookies. That's not good. So we're going to set that off to the side. I've got, the cookies are nowhere near done. They just barely feel warm. So here's what I'm thinking. The problem is we don't have an oven effect here. So we're going to pull these off. Actually, that's actually pretty hot. That's pretty warm. And we're going to cover them in aluminum foil and see if we can't get it to retain some heat. You'll notice behind me I've got some more water boiling, and we're going to give this another shot. We shall not give up. Cookies do not deserve to be given up on, people. You must realize that by now. Who knows if this is going to work? I'm going to post it either way, but we shall find out. Ooh, ow. Yeah, that's still pretty warm. Okay, we've got a new thing of boiling water right here. Turn this off so I don't start my thing on fire. Here we go. Just put that in there. Get it down in there. And let's put this back on. Try and get it down there to capture as much of that heat as possible. Put the lid back on. You're going to have to clean that up, but that's alright. There we go. Now, since it really appears as though they haven't cooked at all, and we're trying a different system, we're going to go another 2 to 3 hours. We'll see how this works out. Okay, well, we're about 3.5 hours into the second try. Now, before I even open this, which I have not, I have no clue what the results are right now. Whatever it is, if it's gone bad, it's not to blame on the Wonder Box. It's just not a process that can be done through thermal cooking. The Wonder Box does its job, and trust me, I've made chili through these things. Pet Prepper has done bread. There's many thermal cooking rocks. So let's check it out. And here we go. So we take the top off. As you can see, I need to clean that from the first attempt. We're gonna put that right there for now. This is still pretty, wow, a lot warmer than I would have expected. Can you guys see the steam coming out of that? I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's check out, most importantly, the cookies. That's actually pretty warm. I'm impressed. Hopefully we've got some decent cookies here. Ow! Yeah, unfortunately, looks like it didn't really work. They're still really doughy. Flavor's decent, but like I showed earlier on the ones I put in the oven, I didn't get enough sweetness into them, so, but they're still good, but they're not cookies. So, thermal cooking cookies fail. What can I say? Give it a shot. If you can give me some better advice on how to do this and make it work, hit me up on it. I'd like to see it. However, you don't know until you try. Alright, y'all. That was my attempt. Talk to y'all later. I know what might help this. That's what it's missing. That's what it's missing.